Hello beautiful humans, my name is Kayla Collier and welcome to my YouTube channel where I spread love and positivity by showing you the journey through my life. Okay, welcome back friends. This is my second YouTube video and I'm super excited to be here with you guys and just spreading love and positivity. So today's video is gonna be all about PCOS. So for those of you who don't know what PCOS is, it stands for Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. And basically what that is your ovaries literally just go crazy, they get mad, and they release all kinds of hormones that either are unneeded or overproduction or underproduction, and it's just haywire. So PCOS is a hormonal imbalance and it is also hereditary. So let me kind of start off by saying I'm not a doctor. I just want to shed light on PCOS because 1 in every 8 women has this fertility struggle. And so I'm just here to tell you my story. So some of the symptoms of PCOS are no periods at all, irregular periods coming at all different times of the month, acne, hair loss, hair growth, obesity, which can lead to diabetes, anxiety and depression, gut health, bloating, and fatigue. And that's just a small list of symptoms. So now that we know a little bit about what PCOS is, I want to explain my story and my struggle through this. So we'll start way back when. So the first time I got my period was in the 5th grade, and I just thought that was crazy early because none of my friends had been dealing with it at that young of an age. And then every time I got my period, it was so dang painful. Like, I just remember curling up in a ball on the couch and just sitting there because if I had moved, I would just have excruciating pain. And the only thing that helped was those little bottles of knockoff Midol at Walmart. I would have those stocked in my cabinet because I knew when it was that time of the month that I would need that medicine to help with the pain. So on top of my irregular periods, I had just had a conversation with my mom and she let me know that she also struggles with PCOS and she had a hard time having me. So I knew it ran in the family and that I was at a high risk of having PCOS as well. So because my periods were so bad and I was having to take that knockoff Midol all the time, me and my mom had a conversation when I was about 16 and we decided that I was going to get on birth control because we heard that birth control can help ease that pain and just have my periods at the same time every month. And that's what I was struggling with, was the irregular periods and the painful periods when my period did come. And my periods would not be the same every month. One month it would be on the first of the month, the next month it would be in the last of the month. It was anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks long and it was all over the place. So I decided to get on birth control. So fast forward to now, I'm 26 years old. I got married when I was 25 to my husband, and as soon as I got married, I got off my birth control because we both knew that we wanted to have kids in the future, and I knew it was going to be a lot harder for me to conceive. And we were just going to let it happen when it happened. That never was the case. So around July, I remember I started tracking my ovulation because I had gotten a positive on an ovulation test, and that is big. So the whole thing with PCOS is your hormones are flying around and they don't know what to do, and so they never tell your ovaries to drop that egg to ovulate. That's what ovulation is. So the fact that I had gotten a positive ovulation test was amazing. I thought I was on the right track. I thought I was doing great. Little to no, the ovulation test track luteinizing hormone, and my body already makes like an overabundance of that anyways. So those tests don't always read correctly and they can actually give you a false positive, which I think is what is currently happening to me and was happening to me back then. So the ovulation test isn't like a clear indication for me. So finally, fast forward a few more months, and in February, I decided to go see a doctor. I had never gotten a true diagnosis of PCOS, so I decided to go to a doctor in my area, and I got some blood work done. Well, I remember going into the doctor's office and I was filling out that paperwork to ask like what I was being seen for, and I put down PCOS at the top of my paper. And I remember going to the doctor's office and her immediately when she got in the room and said, "Why do you think you have PCOS?" Because I do not fit the description of someone that has PCOS just by the looks of me, because I am lean and fit and I don't have like a whole bunch of cystic acne and some of the other long list of symptoms. Remember, I only had those 2 symptoms, which were irregular periods and really painful periods. So she asked me that question and I was like, well, my mom has PCOS. I know it's hereditary and I really want to get a diagnosis. So I remember going to go get my blood work done, and a couple weeks later, the nurse at the doctor's office had called me and she let me know that I did in fact have PCOS. The next thing she said to me was, "We're gonna put you on this medicine called metformin and you just need to go to your pharmacy and pick it up." And I was like, whoa, slow down, wait a minute. Like, how do you know that I have PCOS? And she's like, well, one of your hormone levels was elevated, which indicates you have PCOS. And I later found out that level was my testosterone level. So my testosterone level on my blood was 49 and the high was 45. So I was like, okay, so I just went to go pick up that medicine. Metformin is actually a drug used for diabetes because a lot of women with PCOS also are insulin resistant. So the metformin will help your blood sugars. So being insulin resistant just means your body doesn't know what to do with the glucose in your body, which is sugar. And so metformin would help with that. Well, I was very curious about this. I never thought that I had a problem with my glucose levels at all. I remember doing blood work for work, and I would fast during my blood work, which means you just don't eat for a certain amount of hours, and my glucose levels were fine. So I was kind of scratching my head on that, like, what's up with that? So fast forward a little bit, I had gotten in touch with this girl that I went to college with, and she let me know that she was struggling with PCOS too. She had a different doctor in the area, and I was asking her what her doctor did for her, and she said she was on the same medicine, metformin, but she was taking 3 pills a day and I was only taking 2. So immediately I called my doctor's office and was like, whoa, hey, I had did some research on this. I'm wondering why I'm only on 2 pills and I'm not taking the maximum dose of 3. Can you let me know what's going on with that? And she was just like, well, it can be hard on the stomach, so we just really want you to take 2. And that was it. And I was just like, okay. So I really liked what my friend had told me about her doctor. So I actually went up to the doctor's office I was currently going to, and I got my blood work, and I was going through all of the numbers and everything, and I was gonna switch doctors because I really didn't like how I was told over the phone that I have PCOS, and I was just told to go get put on this medicine. Like, that shook me to my core, because if you Google PCOS, it's crazy some of the things that it comes up with, and some of the websites say that you'll never be able to have kids. Now, it is 2019, so there has been more research done, and that's shown not to be true, but it's just scary. And to go through that alone and not have a doctor sit down with you, I really took to heart, and I was like, I'm switching right away. Like, I did not like that I didn't feel important enough to have a sit down talk with about PCOS. Like, it is a very scary diagnosis. So I went up to my current doctor's office and I asked them for my paperwork so that I would have my blood work for this other doctor. And I went to this other doctor, finally got an appointment. Hey, this is what I'm on. Can you let me know any suggestions? Like, can we have a game plan? Because I wasn't really told anything in my other doctor's office. And he said, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna up your dose to 3 of the metformin pills, take it for 8 months, and come back if you're not pregnant, but I hope you are. And so even though this new doctor that I'm currently seeing was very nice, explained everything to me, had some sort of a game plan as far as months and what we were going to do next. I still didn't believe that he was the right person for me in this fertility struggle, because he didn't really specialize in it, and it was just another like, oh, you have PCOS, I'm going to put you on this. Like, I believe every woman with PCOS is different, and so you really need to look at the blood work and figure out what's going to work best for that individual, instead of saying, oh, you have PCOS, go on this, and I'm going to put you on this and you on this. Like, I don't think that's fair. So fast forward to right here, right now, I actually am going to see a specialist in a couple weeks, so I hope that I have a better game plan. I stopped taking the metformin. I actually haven't told my recent doctor about it, but I stopped taking the metformin because my glucose levels were fine, whether it was fasting or eating or whatnot. And so I didn't feel like I needed to be on that, because I did my own research on it. And so I actually took myself off of it, and I've been trying to find what works for me ever since. So the first thing that I started taking was this medicine called Balance by Alani Nu, and it was made by this girl that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Katie Hearn, and she made it because she had cystic acne all over her face, and she wanted to create a formula that would help with that. So these women were taking these pills to help with their acne, and then they found out that would balance their hormones, and they ended up getting pregnant. And I was like, wow, like, I need this stuff. And so I was super excited about taking it. I took it for 3 months and I felt really good on it. And then the last month I paired it with the prenatal from Alani Nu, and I was feeling good. Then I had talked to another friend, and she told me that she was taking this stuff called Pre-Mama, which is what I'm taking right now. And that had more myo-ionostenol. I hope I'm saying that right. I have no idea. But it had more of that, and what that little vitamin or supplement does is it helps your ovaries release those eggs. It helps create healthy ovaries. So the Balance by Alani Nu didn't have as much as this one now has, and so I made the switch. Plus Alani Nu Balance was pretty pricey, and so I made that switch. So that is what I'm currently on, and all they are these unflavored packets that you put into your water that just mixes in, and you take it once a day, and it's as simple as that. So I'm taking those, and I'm also taking a new prenatal that I just get at Walmart, and that one is called Oli, and it has a lot of folic acid as well, which also helps stimulate those ovaries, which your girl needs. And then another thing that I'm taking along with that I just started is Vitex, and I did a little bit of research on this one, and I wasn't sure about it. And it is an herb that helps increase your progesterone levels. So when you have PCOS, your progesterone levels are very low, and that is the hormone that helps keep the baby once you do conceive. So I really wanted that to be elevated, because I looked at my blood work from the past and it was only 0.5, and it needs to be at least 2.5. So I started taking that. And another thing that I'm doing is drinking green tea. And I've actually been drinking the green tea throughout this whole process, because the green tea, I believe, has really lowered my testosterone levels. So when I first got my blood work done, my testosterone levels was 49, like I had said previously, and I had actually needed some blood work done for work, and I asked them if they could just do my testosterone level, because I was curious to know where it was at. And this was a couple months after the Balance and taking the green tea, and it was down to 14. So I'm not sure if it was the Balance or the green tea that did it, but I'm thinking it was the green tea. There's so many dang benefits to drinking green tea that I truly believe it was the green tea. And I add lemon to my green tea, which actually helps lower it even more. And another thing that I have been incorporating is doing a low carb diet. And the reason that I'm doing this is because the carbs in my body react differently than the carbs in someone else's body. So when I eat an excessive amount of carbs, my ovaries get so mad and they get inflamed, and that's when I get so bloated and feel disgusting. So I'm trying to cut back on some of those carbs so that my body is able to do the things that they want to do. And I'm not trying to make my ovaries mad. I want them to be happy so that they can release those eggs that I need them to so that I can become pregnant. And the last thing that I have been doing, along with all the supplements and vitamins that I have been taking, is reading my Bible, because I believe it is so dang important to allow God into your life. Because I believe, even though taking all these vitamins and supplements, I don't think it's going to do anything if you don't have God in the center of your life. I am inviting God in this time in need for me, because I am finding purpose in my pain. Yes, this fertility struggle is hard to go through, and yes, I want a baby, and yes, I want my body to be healthy as it can. I just encourage you, if you have not invited God in the mix of everything else that you are doing, I truly believe that that is the thing that is going to give me a sweet baby. Because sometimes as humans, we believe that our timing is the best timing. Say your finances are in order, or say you just got this huge house that'd be perfect for kiddos, or your marriage is at its peak point, or you just got this awesome promotion at this job. Like, all the things in your life, according to you, would be the perfect timing, but maybe it's not God's timing. And God's timing is perfect, because when He created you in your mother's womb, He knew exactly what your life would hold. And so He knows. He is the keeper of when I will conceive. He knows exactly when He's going to give me the baby that I need. And so I just need to rest in that and be patient. And that's what my prayers have been filled with, is patience in knowing and trusting in Him 100%, because I know that He will give me a baby in His perfect timing. Oh, and just so you guys know, I am not currently pregnant. This is my trying to conceive journey, and I just wanted to open the doors and invite you guys in, because I know so many other women are struggling with the same thing, and I just want to shine some light on this subject and let you guys know that you're not alone, and we can walk hand in hand in this and try to figure out what's best for you, what's best for me, and just bounce ideas off of each other. And I just wanted to let you guys know my journey so far, so that you can relate and tell me what you have been doing or your success stories. I love to hear success stories. It gives me so much hope. And so if you would like this video, subscribe to see more videos like this one, and make sure you leave a comment below whether you're struggling or know someone who's struggling, or maybe some ideas for me. That would be awesome, and I would greatly appreciate that. So I hope you guys have a blessed day.